Hey guys, Jojo here. Welcome back to the Woman Cave. Hope you all are doing well. I just wanted to hop on here and do a little my thoughts video. And today I'm going to be doing it on Reborn. Have you guys read Reborn? I just read it not too long ago thanks to Spidey Fan. I actually got to meet up with him recently and he was kind enough to gift me the whole set as of right now, which is books 1 through 6. So really stoked about that. Thank you so much, Spidey Fan. That was awesome of you. Did not have to do that, but I always appreciate it. What was nuts about it was that he gifted these to me, and then about a week later, I want to say, the news broke that Reborn is going to be a show, I want to say, on Netflix, starring Sandra Bullock. So yeah, I thought I'd read the series and see what all the fuss is about. So let's get started. First and foremost, I want to say that I absolutely love the artwork in these books. Obviously it's Greg Capullo artwork. This here is actually a Frank Cho cover though. This was a variant for issue 1. So yeah, that's pretty gorgeous too. But yeah, throughout the series, you know, the artwork was just amazing. I will say though, I think I like Greg Capullo doing like the evil stuff. Something about the darker tones just accentuate his artwork more. I don't know if that even makes sense, but here's an example. So he did this cover here and that just looks wicked, right? Like the artwork is fantastic. Crazy good detail, just beautiful, right? So when you see a lighter one like this, it's still gorgeous, but it doesn't pop as much. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's just me. But yeah, I like seeing Greg Capullo doing the darker themed stories. And I think that's what he's drawn to anyways. Like when I met him, we actually were talking about horror. That day I brought in a Halloween / Michael Myers book for him to sign that he had done the cover artwork for. And he was thrilled to see that thing. You could tell that he had a huge like passion for horror. So, and we started talking about the movie and everything. So, I don't know, I just feel like I can see that passion or love for the genre in his artwork. You see this cover, and it's cool and everything, and it's, you know, Greg Capullo, you know, does a great job, but then you see this thing and it's like, dang. Right? Am I right? I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But yeah, definitely love me some Greg Capullo. So I would say Reborn belongs to the sci-fi / fantasy adventure genre, in which we follow our main protagonist, Bonnie Black, who, you know, goes through her hero's journey throughout the 6-issue arc. Or does she? That's one of the main gripes I have about this book, or story, is that she doesn't go through enough of the journey. I think it was a little rushed. At least that's what it felt like. Don't get me wrong, it was an easy, fun read, but it didn't make sense to me how comfortable Bonnie felt once she went into this fantastical world after her death in the real world. She just accepted the prophecy and accepted that she was this heroine and her powers, and there was just no reluctance there. And, you know, that's kind of a big thing that you see in a lot of stories following a hero like this. Just think of Star Wars, the original. Think of The Matrix, or think of, what else is like that? Lord of the Rings, you know. They're always very reluctant to kind of embark in this crazy adventure that they're not used to, and they're kind of a fish out of water, and there's some time that they need to take to kind of acclimate. And I just feel like Mark didn't really consider that, and didn't it was like from one minute to the next she had all kinds of powers and she was just a-okay with, you know, fighting off demons and shit. So so you know what I mean? I just wish that maybe it would be a longer story, a longer arc. I don't know, but I definitely felt like there was room to kind of develop her character especially. Another issue I had with this story was that it felt very contrived. When she was discovering this new world, like, it just so happens that a lot of the people there were people that she knew in her past life, which is just a little odd to me. It was hard to believe, and it kind of took me out of the story. Like, what are the chances that she knows everybody? And what are the chances that the main big evil boss dude, I don't remember his name, sorry about that, guys, was the same dude that killed her husband in the real world? Like, it's stuff like that's a little too coincidental, in my opinion. But, I mean, if you really want to find a reason why that is, I mean, you could say that, well, it's open to interpretation, like, maybe the afterlife is curtailed to every individual person, you know, like, maybe heaven or hell, or, you know, this fantastical world is in her head, or is all dependent on the person that lived that certain life. Does that make sense? It makes you wonder. So I do like that aspect of it. Other than that, I really enjoyed the concept of the story. I really like the idea of being, you know, just like a normal Joe Schmo in one world, but then the next you are the one. You are going to change the world, and you're going to save everyone from the big bad boss guy. That's pretty cool, right? Like, I don't know, I enjoyed that. And yeah, the theme of reincarnation and heaven and hell, good versus evil, all those themes come into play with this story, which I really did enjoy as well. And like I said earlier, once you start kind of digging deeper, you will kind of understand, like, oh, maybe this is open to interpretation, so not everything has to be literal. If you read it, you know what I'm saying. Please don't watch this if you haven't read it. Like, just please. All of my reviews have spoilers in them, so it does not behoove you. But anyways, yeah, really did like it. I do hope that they come out with more issues, because I would like to see a little more, like, exposition through flashbacks, I guess. If they could do that, because they did do a little of that in this book 1. So yeah, maybe that's what they're planning to do, and if so, that'll be awesome. And that's all I really need, because for me to really enjoy a story like this, I really need to connect with the character, the main, our heroine. So, like, how do you connect with the character if you don't know the reasoning behind their motivations and some of their backstory? It's just hard. Also, the fact that she was just so chill about all of a sudden being in a completely different world. Like I said before, there was no reluctance there, but there also wasn't any kind of, like, shock. Like, of course she was surprised to see her father again and to see all the people she used to know again, but, like, she never questioned, like, what is this? Why is this? You know? And, like, I think they also could have added some kind of, like, existential twist to it there. Maybe not a twist, but, like, just a theme, an underlying theme of, you know, what is my ultimate reason for living, you know, like, why am I here? What is the purpose, right? So, I mean, they touch on it, but she doesn't question it enough. I mean, why was she granted all this power? There's no explanation. And if I were her, I'd be having an emotional breakdown, not knowing where the hell I was, just full-on panic attack, not knowing what kind of drugs I was on to be in this crazy, fantastical world. And I just feel like he didn't show enough of that type of emotion, and I guess that just bugs me a little bit. But again, you know, I'm leaving room for this. I don't want to be too hard on it right now, because I do think that they're going to continue the story. So yeah, for now, I think it could have been better, but you know, later on my opinion might be different. So yeah, as long as they bridge those gaps, I'm good. Anyways, guys, I don't want to make this too long. I really, you know, with all that being said, I did enjoy the story and I do recommend it. But again, it's not my favorite. It's definitely not Millar's best work, if I can say that. I feel like it's unfair to even say that though, if they are going to continue it. So yeah, I guess we just have to wait and find out and see where the story goes. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, give me a like or subscribe or both. I don't hate it. And you can also catch me on Twitter and on Instagram at PopDotComix. And I guess I'll catch you over there later.